from page 15 to 31.
We're live.
And we're, so now we're picking up the, web report, changes that were made in the house path budget. We're on the 808 Vermont Council on the Arts. The House added 50,000. The question was whether that federal funding level, and match is one time or whether it's an ongoing, base to be matched.
And it's a needed match, like we wouldn't be able to get the federal funds if we didn't have.
Right. But my question is, it should be a base
Shouldn't it be
increase
one?
or should it be one time?
If it's a special grant.
But we don't know that yet, so I don't like, okay. Now the Historical Society, they added, teacher space. The governor didn't increase in teacher space, or did he forget?
I believe it was left out.
It was, I got a call, it was left out, but I think they got some billing for the paper space. After the governor's, after the governor's budget came in, so.
There's 15.
All right, we're at page 15. 810. So, okay, we can move on. That's pretty self-explanatory. Transportation.
And I can go, I may.
Well, let me just say, Andy's acting chair at this point. We have not made any decision on what they did with the money here, and that those decisions would impact those sections. They took some 1.7 million out of a federal grant that would go to our public transit agencies for purchase of Sprinter vans. Then they moved it through Central Garage, where we are probably not going to concur with the House. So these sections that have anything to do with money are still under discussion next door. Anything else you want to add on?
I think the first 300,000. Maybe develop, where they did it. Because they already had the 1.72, so I don't remember the 300,000. That's for that first section. Find out.
When said they requested a technical change to increase, it gives them spending authority for federal dollars.
I believe that was the agency's request.
So that's what it says, the agency request.
I'll ask for that.
But I think it's just giving them spending authority, to use the.
I just wonder where.
And that's in finance and administration appropriation.
And there's a similar thing in the 908 public transit. There was $7 million of additional federal funds made available.
That's
the
giving them
agency
the spending
requested
authority, yeah.
for.
So all of those will just either alter or concur with. And our goal is to online that maybe by the end of the week. Debt service, that's one of my favorite categories. I always have done that section and now look at it, instead of 74 million, it's only 675,000.
That's correct. So this
Well,
reflects.
you've done well.
Well, it's because the governor decided that we could reduce the amount that we put into the stabilization reserve by doing a transfer rather than appropriation, which we did in the BAA. We agreed. So it saved about 3.5 million to the, if I remember correctly, to the case, to the reserve.
Yeah.
So the 675 is what we could not do by a transfer, and that is. for the-
Bond issuance costs.
Yeah.
That has to be.
Okay, that does separately.
Yep. And I should probably, for the record, I believe the fiscal officer. For the people watching.
Okay, so now.
It's gonna be confusing for
Yeah,
future
sure.
generations.
Yeah.
So which transportation, you don't have all the transportation things there, so which, this web report, which.
It's only where they change it.
Yep.
So, but in other parts of the budget, you like this debt for service, there's no changes, but it's in here. So why do sometimes we have changes and sometimes not have changes? That makes sense?
Probably because the
I don't
other
know why
page
debt
is
service
changed.
showed up.
I don't know.
Because normally it's just places where there's change.
You're right. I don't know why debt service is there.
I just was thinking I was,
We'll look at that one. It also doesn't have the number on it.
No,
That's
it's 1,100. Maybe it's the, all right, urgent care centers.
Yeah, so the House, added, 482,000 to the Department of Mental Health for urgent care centers, and I know, missed a lot of Representative Lanfear's testimony, but in, the House construct, one of the things that they did was revert, get the number right, 1.4 or 1,040,000 approximately from a one-time appropriation that was made to the Agency of Human Services in FY 2024. So they revert that $1 million, and part of that $1 million is appropriated here. This is the global commitment piece, the general fund is appropriated
The agency.
to the agency. Sorry,
This a new program?
What are urgent care centers? I've heard
Or
of
just-
crisis,
yeah.
I've heard of mobile crisis. I've heard of crisis beds. What are urgent care centers?
I think it's similar to like the urgent care that you go to for other medical conditions, but I will look into that. I know that the House Human Services Committee, or the House Healthcare Committee recommended this.
I know there's a pilot project run by our local mental health center, but it's not for DMH. They have, you know, a special place for kids that are acting out in schools, like young kids who are, you know, trashing, but, you know, like
Governor just,
second graders and stuff like that.
well, I guess,
That would be urgent care, I guess, but I don't know if it's funded with this.
I don't know.
we don't know what it is, so we're gonna need to have, we're gonna need to have a description of what it is and what, are we adding something new that different, that
Yeah.
obviously mental health isn't.
I lost detox beds in the last year at my mental health.
Yeah, but they couldn't staff them. I heard.
Well, they couldn't staff them because they didn't have the money.
Well, but urgent care usually is you go in because you just got your.
No, I get that. So if this is new, I'm,
Instead of going to the emergency room, you go to urgent care.
This,
We'll find out more, we'll get more details.
this is for mental.
I know,
health.
that's, we don't know what.
We don't, let's move on, because it's obviously a new term, whether it's a new service, how it is provided by DMH or by our designated agencies. Is it a separate response? I mean, in addition to mobile crisis clinics, I don't know. So rather than attempting to guess something when we don't know what it is, we'll obviously ask to have, if they gave a description of what it is and who's asking for it. Obviously, the administration's not asking for it. Where is the origin of the request? And I don't remember that we took, did we get a request out of our 90 witnesses?
Oh, this is,
I don't remember.
except the House Human Services Department.
Well, that's for the
they
90,
recommended
Well,
it.
that's a different,
that's a different one. That's for opioid statement. So we're gonna hold urgent care until we know, I mean, we're holding everything right now. So let's keep going to opioid settlement money, and this is